Let's talk about a key aspect of the Disney business model and how it has been around for decades and decades, and it still works. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard the Dose of Disney podcast. I'm Ray Keating. I'm a novelist, an economist, and I am the editor and publisher of DisneyBizJournal.substack.com. So we're back doing these podcasts, now video, and we're covering much the same stuff, but hopefully in a more comprehensive way, more interesting way. Always looking to improve what I'm doing. So we serve up Disney or Disney-related news, analysis, stories, insights, commentary, lessons, business lessons, debates, discussions, and so on. And I want to turn to a quote, once again, as I said in the last episode, from the Disney Planner, the to-do list solution. And you can get that at raykeatingbooksandmore.com or by becoming a paid subscriber to DisneyBizJournal.substack.com. So this is a business model reference, if you will. So it's from a book by Lorraine Santoli, Inside the Disney Marketing Machine. It's actually a very interesting book. And it references, well, I'll read the quote. By the way, in this daily planner, we have a Disney quote of the day, and also Disney fact or fun quote each day. So here it goes from Santoli's book. A 1958 Wall Street Journal article. Now keep that in mind, 1958, okay? Article, quote, put Walt's theory into words. Disney sustains value-creating growth by developing an unrivaled capability in family-friendly animated and live-action films, and then assembling other entertainment assets that both support and draw value from the characters and images in those films. Close quote. 1958. Things have not changed. Why? Because the business model works. Actually, this type of thing where, Walt and company and Roy and so on create a movie, Mickey Mouse, Snow White, and they were really the first ones to truly get into the merchandise business tied to their movies and shorts and so on. And that just continued, right? That expanded. If you want to call it synergy, Walt did that with, crossing over from movies to, he would tie in, obviously the movies to his theme parks, obviously, television shows and all. They all tied together, and they tied back to these characters and movies and television shows, if you want to call it intellectual property, IP, as we say. So this is a business model that set the standard. Here's a quote from a 1958 Wall Street Journal article highlighting it. As I said, it goes back even further in time, right back to the early days of the Walt Disney Company. So it's, as I said, set the standard. So how many other businesses do this? I mean, chief rival you can think of is Universal. But everybody does it these days, right? As an author, I try to do that with my fiction work where I tie in some fun merch that you can get with my book. So even an indie author like myself has learned from Walt Disney on this front. It's a business model that works. It withstood the test of time for Disney and for so many other businesses. So it's a great lesson there that while things change, technology changes, markets change, right? Consumer tastes change, but there are some basic business principles and business models that work. And Walt Disney showed us the way on that. Thanks for listening. Please become a paid subscriber to DisneyBizJournal.substack.com. You'll get access to everything. We also get books right off the bat, right out of the gate. You'll get the Disney Planner, as I mentioned. You'll also get 10 points from Walt Disney on entrepreneurship. A lot of these types of lessons in there. And also 1950s sci-fi, my look at classic science fiction movies from that decade. And guess what? Yeah, Disney's right in there. You often don't think of Disney being on the sci-fi front, but certainly that was the case with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And I will talk a little bit about that book in an upcoming episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. And hey, have a magically productive day.